My brothers and sisters, I wish you every blessing for 2015. It's going to be a great year for our church as we pitch now between the last Synod of Bishops that occurred in 2014 and the next one, which is going to happen in October 2015. You know that the topic has been about marriage and related issues. Now, there's been much discussion about this in the press, many comments made by people, all sorts of interpretations that are given, and I wondered what I would want to say to you about that. And the answer came to me when I got the latest edition of the L'Osservatore Romano, the Vatican newspaper, the English edition, which arrived in my office just 2 days ago. Because in that there was the report of a little speech given by the Pope himself last week, explaining what he thought happened at the last Synod and what he was looking forward to at the next one. And I found that the impression that he gave, because of his reflections, is a really positive one, and it's one that we should take great courage from as we prepare ourselves and engage in the preparations for the next Synod in 2015. Everybody's being asked to participate. There is another process that we're about to go through in the diocese, asking people to be involved. So it's really important that you consider what you can do. Most of all, as the Pope himself says, and I'll read this later, most of all you can pray, asking that the experience of the Synod in 2015 will be very positive and of great value to our church and its future. So he had this to say. The final report, which was the result of all the reflections of the diocese up to that moment, was published yesterday and is to be sent to all episcopal conferences, which will discuss it in view of the upcoming Ordinary Assembly of the Synod in October 2015. In other words, this document will then come to us. It's here already. We're going through the process of reviewing that and giving people the opportunity to comment upon that. He then went on to say that we must understand the Synod is not a parliament. A representative comes from this church. No, it's not like that. Representatives come, yes, but the structure is not parliamentary. It's completely different. The Synod is a protected space in order that the Holy Spirit can work. There were no clashes between factions, like in Parliament where this is permissible, but a comparison among bishops, which has come after lengthy preparations and which now will work further for the good of families, of the Church and of society. It's a process. It's the normal synodal process. Now this relatio is sent to the particular churches, that's to us in this document that's been handed to us for our comments. And there, the work of prayer, reflection and fraternal discussion will be done in preparation for the next assembly. This is the Synod of Bishops. That's the way it works. Our participation through prayer and our participation by involvement in this dialogue is a very important part of the way that works. And the Holy Father is very confident. He's very positive about all this, so I think we ought to be as well. And finally he says, let's entrust the Synod to the protection of the Virgin our Mother, that she may help us to follow the will of God, taking pastoral decisions which may help the family more and better. And this is his personal request to you. I ask you to accompany this synodal path with prayer until the next Synod. May the Lord illuminate us, enable us to move toward the maturity of what we as a Synod must say to all churches. Your prayer is very important for this. So, whatever other people might say or whatever interpretations that they want to place upon this, our Holy Father is very positive in giving us a wonderful insight into what we need to do. Be involved now, participate in the process of preparation, but above all, follow this Synod in its preparations with prayer. And that will be the way in which we'll work together in the Archdiocese of Adelaide in preparing for this. You see, the Holy Father has great hope that as a result of all this work, that we will be able to come up with something that will be of great pastoral benefit to all the people in our church and to the people in our community. He has hope because he trusts in the power of the Holy Spirit, and he asks us to do the same and to accompany that with our prayers. We can do no less.